I was really busy at the time, going through a lot of shows and different stuff. And it just came, you know, it's like, it's here, we're going today, you know. I'm like, okay, I'm at the red carpet. And then I was trying to take that moment, but I had this weird experience where I'm there and I'm like,
and you know, another ill thing, and you know, it just shows the humanity in you, is that I saw that you were celebrating like 6 years sober, but this was a year ago, so now we 7 years sober. What is it like? What does it feel like to like constantly be over, like winning that battle day to day? Like every day is a W for you for 7 years straight.
It's a trip, because it doesn't seem like it's been 7 years. And it's also like every now and then you have that battle, you know, even though it's been a while now, I still have the battle once in a while too, where I'm like, oh man, I've been 7 years now, I could have one, or, you know, I could do this one time. And so it's a constant battle, you know, it's a constant struggle, but I'm grateful that I did it. It's unbelievable to me. Like, I started drinking at a very, very early age in my life. And when I stopped, I think it was when I was pushing past like 6 months, and I had a realization that at that moment, that was the longest that I gone without drinking since I was an early teenager.
Wow.
And I was like, man, like that tells a lot about yourself, you know. It's like, it's only been 6 months, and since I was a teenager, I've like way surpassed my you know, my longest of not drinking. And so that was a little bit of motivation to keep going. And you know, that first year was a crazy struggle to get through the year. A lot of things happened in my life that were it felt like trying to pull me into just forgetting about, drowning in my sorrows, you know. And but I just kept getting past it, and it's a lot easier now. I remember my first tour, not drinking and like certain things like that, you know.
That had to be crazy, because tours are like party, basically a daily party, right?
Yeah, basically like you're performing, and then you're like at an after party or whatever. And yeah, it was a trip to be on tour and not be drinking and just be like, wow, this is like real crazy. I remember this was, I think not last year, the year before, we're doing a show, and there's this elder lady who booked us for the show. We're teaching kids. It's pretty much like we're going into the school systems, performing at the school and teaching the school, spending like a whole week with these students.
Oh, wow.
And she
like
found
a
out I was,
boot camp or what?
Yeah, kind of like a boot camp, but yeah, kind of, I guess, you know. But they're letting us go into the schools, perform with like all the levels of grades, and then teach them. And we're like on reservations, like doing this for like young kids on the res, and you know, encouraging them to chase their dreams, and like, you know, encouraging them to like partake in tradition and stuff like that. And so, but anyways, we get to this point where the lady finds out that I'm the sober one, you know, and and she was like, hold up, you're a rapper and you don't drink, smoke, she's like, wait, what kind of rapper are you? You know, it was just real funny. And I was just like, wow, I never had thought about it like that, you know?
Right.
Yeah, so it was a trip, man. It's been amazing. And I think one of the biggest things that have kept me driving is teaching kids like that, you know, going and seeing them and seeing them hype about my dream, and having them believe in whatever they believe in. That's so inspiring, you know. And to be able to share that with them and be like, you don't have to do these things, especially because on the reservations they suffer real.
some people like going through worse stuff than me. Kids go through hard times. You just see our natives standing up there. You see alcohol everywhere, and that's sad.
Pine Ridge in South Dakota is the second biggest reservation in the United States. Larger than Delaware and Rhode Island combined, covering more than 2.7 million acres of grasslands where buffaloes still graze. But the Oglala Lakota people living here are racked by 87% unemployment, and many live in crippling poverty. Pine Ridge and neighboring Rosebud reservations are located in two of the poorest counties in America. Alcoholism, drug addiction, domestic violence, and sexual abuse are all issues that the tribe faces.
A lot from that, like real high alcoholism and, all kinds of things, man, suicide rates, abuse, like we're talking about, heavy trauma. And, it makes me be like, think about my life and like, man, I'm blessed right now, and if I'm this blessed, next time I come back to see these kids, I need to be that much better. Like I need to be better than I was when I came here this time. And every time I go back, I need to be at a higher frequency. So that I want them to believe that, like, oh, this guy's crazy. He has such good energy. And then when I come back, I want them to be like, whoa, I didn't think it could get that much higher. And then, like, whoa. And every time I want to blow their mind like that, And so, yeah, because they're suffering out there, man. They're suffering, like, and it's sad to see, but it's also very uplifting to see when they get encouraged and like happy, and so yeah, and the elders love us because we bridge that gap, even the way we just dress, like the kids there, because they're trying to be so far from tradition, they're like wearing Nike or whatever the case, logos, they're trying to wear the hot gear like right. We were when we were young. Mm-hmm. But we come in dressed like this, that it's familiar to them.
Like the patterns and stuff, right?
Yeah, the patterns, the earrings, the whatever we're doing, everything's familiar. Like even my Brave Star logo, it has the 8-pointed star, like all that's like a star on star quilts and covers that they use and like stuff like. So it's all to them. It's all like there's this medicine around them at home, and here we come rocking it, and it looks fresh, and then they're like, yo, and so the teachers see that oh, we look cool wearing the things that they don't really like at their home or whatever, and so then they're like, then they feel like, oh, I could rock them, and like, look, then they're cool.
I can basically re-image my culture.
Yeah, because I can't imagine when we were young, if somebody came into our school and was super dope and they're performing, breaking, there's graffiti, there's rapping, they're doing all, and it's at a high level. Like, what would that have done to us as a youth?
Right.
Like they didn't even want us doing it at school.
Let alone pay somebody to come do it.
Yeah. So I'm just like, this is like, it's going to leave a huge impression on them for their life, like regardless if they like us or not. And, cause there's kids that they ain't into hip hop, and they're not trying to be down with hip hop at all. But the whole thing about it is, this isn't about me trying to make you hip hop. I'm not here to try to make you hip hop. I'm here to tell you that whatever you want to do, you could do, regardless of what it is, so if you put yourself into it, and that's the most important thing, is that, so it's like this, like almost like this full circle thing about hip hop with me is that it's, it did what it did for me, but it can do for people that ain't even trying to be down, it's like, because it tells a story it tells your journey, just like right now we're talking, it's just sharing our journey, but this is what inspires someone to be like, man, I could do that in my own world of whatever I do, like I always get inspired by like how this person did whatever, the Serena Williams story or whatever the case is, I'm gonna be like, what, like this is where she came from, this is what they did, this is how they lived, like I get inspired by those stories of how did they get to where they are, you know, and so
Right. A different straight out of Compton, right?
yeah, for real, for real, for real.
No doubt. And man, thanks so much for your time, man. But I got one more thing I want to definitely have you touch on that I think would be powerful. What would be the message that you would want to send to like a young person, either in the culture or just in general, that might be going through some of the similar things that you went through, maybe being doubted or dealing with, fighting against like substance abuse or something like that, alcoholism, whatever it is? What would be your message to them as a person who has transcended that to to like a high level, and like you said, still have battles time to time, but continue to collect W's?
Mm-hmm. Now, I would say that you have to want to be your best. You have to want to try to achieve your best you, not whatever you're trying to do, but just the best you. And that's a hard thing to do. Because me saying that, it goes along with the title of my album, Brave Star. So Brave Star is about shining the light within you, like being like we say we're star beings. Like I'm a star being, and my people are star beings. But in order to be a star being, you have to shine light on the world, And in order to do that, it comes with a responsibility. But it's also scary to do that amongst your peers. If you're shining amongst your peers, our people tend to bring our people down. We tend to bring our own people down, especially if they're shining. Like, why has he got the fly car? I want to have a fly car. I'm whatever. Why has he got the fly girls? Why he's got the fresh gear? Why he, and you start talking about that person. So some people tend to hold their light back, I'm just going to be quiet, and also because of the responsibility, I would say be the best you can be. Don't be afraid to shine your light. Don't be scared. Like it's going to take you on a wild journey where it's going to be challenges and it's going to be hard. And there'll be times where it's going to, you're going to have to face things. But a lot of it is you facing yourself. When it comes down to it, you're facing yourself all the time. You face yourself so much till you really see yourself, and that's the place you want to get to. Because if you could really see yourself, then you're going to want to really be yourself, and be like, yo, I really want to be that person. And then you start doing that, so I would say that be the best you could be. I'll also say for even older cats, like, teach the youth, these things. Because if you're teaching the youth, like, and you really care about the youth, you're not just making money. Like, if you're really trying to teach the youth to be better, it's a self-reflection. Like, you're going to see yourself because you're not going to be able to be bad around that kid, and you'll notice, am I different when I'm around that kid in my real life? Like, and think about that. How many teachers do we have teaching youth? They're outside of them teaching. They're a whole nother person, a whole nother cat, and so it's like, it starts to that reflection starts, you start to look at it. And if you really start, as you get older and these questions are continually being around you, you start questioning life, you'll start noticing that. You'll be like, okay, like I'm two people, but you want to be yourself all the time. And that's tough, so I'll be the best you could be, man. Be the best you could be. That's hard.
There it is. Beyond the Cypher, bboy Artson, Style Elements crew. Where can we go to get the music?
My music is available on all digital platforms: iTunes, Tidal, Spotify, even YouTube. However, just, share it, play it, like it, love it, tell your tias, tell your aunties and your cousins, your little cousins, share the music with them. Find me on my social media is I am Artson, Artson. I am Artson at all my social medias. And yeah, man, it's been a beautiful conversation, man. Healing, even speaking today, it's even healing for me to remember these things, speak on these things, and be grateful for this life that I've been fortunate to live and still living. And I'm grateful to be doing this for myself and my family, especially, and and my friends. I'm grateful for everyone that's been on my journey, man. All the people that have been part of my journey have taught me things and shared knowledge with me, or any type of wisdom. I'm grateful for all those people that have helped me be who I am, because I'm sitting here being me.
No doubt, man. And we appreciate you joining our legacy, man. You've told us so much, man. You've shared so much with us, and been, your story is really inspiring. So, man, we appreciate you for that. And we just want to say, also, anytime you're when you come out to Phoenix, if you're doing any shows once the world gets back together, let me know, man. I'll definitely come out and support. You know what I'm saying? I know House and Johnny and all the Furious Styles guys. So I'm sure you're clicked in with those guys too. So yeah, man, just let me know. I'd love to come out and support and see the show or whatever you got going on. All right.
Sure. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Beyond the Cypher.
Peace. For more quality content from Beyond the Cypher with Illskillz, don't forget to press the like and subscribe buttons. Also, feel free to follow us on Facebook and IG at Beyond the Cypher. Let us know how we're doing in the comment section, and to make sure you don't miss anything from the channel, smash that notification bell. We appreciate the love and support. Peace. Until the next episode.